My 33M wife, 32F, has been cheating on me for 6 years. We have been married for 8 years and raised our 2 kids, 5 and 3-year-old daughters. I thought we had a very loving relationship. One day though, I got a call from one of my friends and he confessed to me that from 6 years ago and right up to the lockdown, she had been having a sexual affair with her and only recently ended it. I was shocked, but when he provided photos of them together, I told him to never contact me. I then confronted my wife. She did the whole denial thing, but then I pointed out photographic evidence and she sobbed. She insisted that the affair was purely sexual and that her love has always been only for me. I coldly told her to go to a hotel for 2 nights while I think things over and she complied. The question is, what do I do? If we had no kids, I would dump her instantly, but with kids, I am not sure if I should keep her around for the kids or if it would be better to separate and explain to the kids. They won't understand that my wife has been seeing someone else. Can someone help me out? Edit. I see why some parents in this situation would get a paternity test, but I already love them too much and a test could mess my views up. It's best to get a paternity test if the wife has cheated during pregnancy but before the baby is born. Staying for the kids is a really fucking stupid thing to do. Growing up in 2 happy households are much better for kids than growing up in 1 unhappy household. 6 years. This wasn't a drunken one-night stand, not that that would be any better. An ongoing relationship for 6 years. There are emotions involved. I think that you need to file for divorce. There is a website called Surviving Infidelity. Not the sub here on Reddit. It has its own website. It is full of very valuable resources, whether you want to divorce, or attempt reconciliation, and I really think you would benefit from checking it out. Being a divorced dad, the happiness I've had since the divorce is totally worth it. Don't let her fool you. Everything she's doing since being found out is an attempt to sweep this under the rug as fast as possible. Her desire to earn your trust back is simply a means to an end to her getting what she wants. Just like her cheating on you was about her getting what she wants, with complete disregard for you. She just wants what she wants and she'll do anything she can to get it. It's not remorse, it's fear. What she's doing is flooding you with promises and apologies and emotional appeals in hopes that something will stick. Especially these blanket offers of, "I'll do anything you need me to," as if it's your job to fix this, as if there must be some solution and you're the unreasonable one if you can't come up with it. I would have a paternity test done and then file for a divorce. Give her the boot, bud. You will be better off in the long run. Maybe not right now, but in the long run you will be happier. The kids are young enough to be resilient from it as long as you get into a happier place. Being together just to be angry and argue and fight will not make your kids any happier or better off if that's what you're thinking. Hit it for 6 years? Damn. Hell, are those kids even yours? Dude, the kids probably aren't biologically yours. She lied to you for 6 years. How could you possibly get past that level of betrayal? Take a paternity test, because later down the line, you are gonna regret that. I am not saying a role of father is to do with the sperm person, but in your case it's kinda tainted with complex emotions. Not right now, but later it's gonna go down on you. Like, realistically, this is brutal. Take the whole damage and walk out. Don't stay for the kids. Would you like if your daughters stay with their partners if they cheated on them? No, right. Don't set a bad example. If you think you can live with that fact and forgive and forget and hold no grudges and have a healthy relationships, that would be great for the kids. But if you can't see yourself living with that fact and it's going to be toxic, then dump her. It's better for kids to live with 2 separated parents than to live through and see a toxic relationship. I can only empathize with you because these are 2 things I hate most: infidelity and raising a kid with 1 parent. Hope you get through this and make the best decision for you and your kids. Also, WTF, she denied until you presented irrefutable evidence. She is not sorry she cheated, she is sorry she got caught. Come on man, grow a pair. She was monkey branching and her branch with him broke, so now she wants to swing, safely, to you. Even if you can forgive, you will never forget, you will always be suspicious of her actions. Is that the life you want to live? Remember that it was going on for 6 months. It wasn't a one-time stupid drunken thing. The trust is gone. She tried to lie about it. Your wife sees you as the dependable wallet provider, while she gets her bangs from a man who turns her on, sorry to say. You really need to move on and leave her. Make sure you retain the photos for the divorce attorney and family in case she tries to turn them against you. And speak to as many divorce attorneys as quietly and quickly as possible. Start hiding away money as cash. Look up preparations online. This will get ugly fast. If you stay in this, your resentment and anger will only build up and ruin you eventually. Go to survivinginfidelity.com right now and register. There are a ton of resources for you there and a great support community. Call a lawyer and know how to protect yourself. Counseling is a great help. I'm 2 weeks past where you are. Not going to lie, this is going to suck. Take care of yourself, do a lot of soul searching. Only you know the ins and outs of your relationship, so only you can determine if you want to reconcile. Remember though, you don't have to rush anything. Take your time, even if that means asking her to leave for a month. Hang in there. You aren't in this alone. This is not your fault and you deserve better. From what I gathered, Op mentioned kids in all his replies. So I gotta say this, Op, I know you care for the kids, but at the same time I also feel like you are using the kids as an excuse to stay in the marriage. Stop doing that. If you truly love the kids, you would do the hard thing, that is to cut off a part of your heart, your cheating wife, out of your life. That is what true love towards the kids is. Is it a hard decision? Yes and no. It is hard to do but an easy decision to make. 6 years. That's too much. What to do? Consult lawyer, DNA test file and file first no contact and 180 until finalization. Move out of state with the kids. Let her see the kids twice a year if she works as a pole dancer and donates the money to their collage fund. Are the kids yours? Don't stay. She's been with him almost as long as she's been with you. In my mind, if you stay, you are teaching your kids that in a normal relationship it's okay to cheat on your partner. Would you be okay with that happening to your kids when they are older? Would you allow someone to treat your kids like that? View yourself with the same kindness you'd show them. I was in your shoes long ago. My ex-wife had 5 affairs, that I knew of, while we were married. After 16+ years of marriage, we divorced when our children were 4, 6 and 9 years old, and we of course did not tell them the reason. They were loved, we put them first, they were told often that none of what was happening had anything to do with them, etc. And #X200B. Why get out? It was for 6 years. I am not sure if I should keep her around for the kids. No, you get a divorce for the kids. You teach them that that kind of behavior is unacceptable. You don't teach them to tolerate being mistreated because the person got you invested. You don't teach them to tolerate being used like that. Leave her because now who is she going to have sex with for the next 6 years? If it wasn't a friend of yours, you still probably wouldn't even know about it. Divorce. You want your kids growing up thinking that's the kind of marriage they can hope to have. Divorced mother of 2 here. You have received some excellent advice here. All I want to say is please seek therapy for yourself and your kids. You are so young and you deserve love and to be loved. Do not let this paralyze you or allow you to become bitter. This is a horrible situation, but it's not a life sentence. Please be gentle to yourself. Wrapping you in love and light. Your wife has been cheating for 6 years and your kids are 5 and 3. There's at least a 50% chance that one or both of them are his. Lol, if you're refusing to get a paternity test done, then you're too dumb to follow any advice given here. Good luck. Have fun staying with a cheater and kids who probably aren't even yours. If you want to stay for the kids, and that's admirable, despite what people may say, then you need to forgive her and go through marriage counseling. If you can't forgive her, then unfortunately, divorce is the only real option. Take your time deciding whether you can forgive her. You don't have to decide today or even next week. The fact it went on for 6 years and she didn't tell you herself makes me wonder if this is fixable. But that's for you to decide, not us. I have no suggestion here. This should be a warning to all the young G's out there. Never settle in your 20s to mid to late 30s. Keep girls on rotation, etc. I would definitely get a paternity test. Imagine being saddled financially to kids that aren't even yours and you had no planning whatsoever. You can love them, okay sure, but if they're not yours, the real father better pay most of child support. The affair was purely sexual and that her love has always been only for me. So, she loves you and he doesn't mean anything to her. You are so meaningless to her, she was willing to betray and hurt you for someone that meant nothing to her. Let me say that again, you are meaningless to her. Please, she is only sorry she got caught, not that she had the affair. If you would not have found out from her affair partner, she would not have told you. You are the backup. You at least know that now. You need to get all your issues in order and visit a lawyer. If you don't, she will continue to cheat with someone else now that her partner has dumped her. Paternity test would set your mind at ease. I have an older brother who stayed for the kids. Depressed as fuck, spends most of his weekends at work so that he doesn't have to spend time at home, talks about killing himself. Don't be an idiot and think you are doing the kids a favor. You're an awesome dad whatever you choose to do about your dumb-ass wife. First off, you don't ever need to tell your kids the details of a divorce. The goal should be respectful co-parenting where nobody bashes anybody else. Don't stay together for the kids. Modeling a good co-parenting relationship is much preferable to modeling a dysfunctional marriage. Don't forget that your relationship set the bar for what they'll expect from their own relationships someday. Those kids ain't yours, bub. 6 FC King years. That is not an oops I slipped on a banana peel and fell onto him situation. That is premeditated and conniving. Trust has not only been broken but absolutely decimated. For the sake of yours and your children's sanity, I don't see how you could stay and pretend to play happy family. You'd be miserable and the kids will pick up on that. I know you've said that you don't want a paternity test, but be prepared that your wife may flip the switch and get the other guy tested anyway. Especially if she wants to hurt you for leaving her. Good luck, mate. Hope it all works out for you. Lawyer up. Custody battles suck for men. Man, sorry bro. That's a tough one. Forget about being normal for a while. God bless. Are you even sure these kids are yours? 6-year-long affair and your children are 5 and 3. Maybe you should get a paternity test. Be sure to explain to your children what their mom did eventually. They need to know what kind of person she is. Paternity test anyway. First, I am so sorry that you're going through this. It's an extremely difficult position to be in. You've been betrayed by 2 people that were very dear to you. Do you feel she's a good mom? Do you think it's repairable through therapy? Man, just divorce her. If you stay, you would be unhappy and THST will affect the kids even more. One day though, I got a call from one of my friends and he confessed to me that from 6 years ago and right up to the lockdown, she had been having a sexual affair with her and only recently ended it. What? 6 years? Fuck that. You deserve better. Every holiday, birthday, special occasion, she was fucking him. Fuck that. Well, since it sounds like you're leaning towards divorce, when you talk to your kids, make sure they understand your love for them is unconditional. Right now, they're worried that if mommy or daddy can stop loving each other, that means they can stop loving me. Obviously not the case. In the simplest of ways, try to explain to them that a daddy's love, parental love, is unconditional, and is different than daddy's and mommy's love for each other, romantic love. As a child who grew up with my bio mom and step-parent who were unhappy, I cannot imagine why you would stay for the kids. I always wished my mom would just leave my stepdad. Of course, once they finally split, he still comes around and they have a very weird dynamic of talking shit about each other to and in front of all my siblings, among other things. You need to get out before the situation becomes any more unhealthy for your children and they resent you and or their mother for these things. Out of the available outcomes, what would make you feel the best? Sexual infidelity can be worked through if you are mainly interested in preserving the environment for your children, but can you do that with someone who betrayed your trust for 6 years? Further, someone who denied it, rather than owning up to it. The issue with keeping someone around like that is that children grow up thinking the dynamic is normal. Would you continue on the way things were? Or would you grow to resent her, treat her with animosity, and end things later on? Perhaps a better life lesson for them would be to grow up around honesty, co-parenting until you find another spouse. Surviving Infidelity has all the resources you need to help you cross-post over there. Don't stay for the kids and ask her why she has been doing it, and if she can't explain why she did it or what got her to keep doing it. If she loved you, it sounds like she's only upset that she got caught. If she refuses to tell you what she did, why she did it, where it, and all messages and other ways they communicated, proceed to divorce. If she does, maybe get make depending on severity. Also, you need to know if there is a chance you aren't the father of your kids, or it will always be there in the back of your mind every time you look at your kids' faces. You're asking a forum full of teenagers what a married couple with kids in their 30s should do about marital infidelity. I think you've come to the wrong place. Try a licensed counselor. This is way too heavy for this sub. So you are willing to accept paying child support for 2 kids that are, presumed, yours legally. Getting a paternity test will give you the clarity you need right now. Let's put the kids' needs first, which is an excellent approach. I firmly believe that kids are best served with both parents in the same household if the parents are happy. But the key part is the happiness. Kids will do best with happy, emotionally stable parents. If you can't provide them that environment while living with your wife, then provide it by living apart from her. You should take a bit of time to process this. You don't have to rush. You might want to discuss your options with a lawyer. See what you can do to protect your marital assets while you make up your mind. Find out what the divorce process is like in your jurisdiction. Not getting a divorce, for the kids, is one of the most selfish things a person can do. It's just an excuse to keep the status quo. Children are not dumb. They have great instincts and empathy. They know when something is wrong and it will cause tension and unhappiness that they might not understand until they are grown up. You fess up and now they know that they are going to therapy because you couldn't face up to real life when they were kids. You should really consider getting a paternity test done. Seriously. So, I hope you don't mind me asking, but how frequently were they meeting in those 6 years? 1 a week? 1 a month?